Hey Roxstars, it's Rox, and it's just a little talk about what's going on at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Alright you guys, first things first, the continuing goings-ons of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. K. Michelle versus Toya. I think I can say for myself at least that I am really over this whole Memphis K. Michelle drama. I think it's just enough. Like, it just goes on and on and on. I think that most of us believe that she was beat up by Memphis. You know, I don't think she really has much reason to lie about it, and I think that the majority of people believe her. Now, of course, you're not going to be able to convince everybody that it happened, and that's just kind of how life goes, you know. So I think that K. Michelle is really frustrated with the fact that, you know, Toya and Rashida, who do have a voice, obviously, because they're, you know, celebrities or whatever you want to call it, they're speaking out against it. Of course, Toya's going to speak out against it. That's her husband. And Rashida, who is a good friend of Toya's in Memphis, you know, she's speaking out against it also. I think that that's pretty foul of both of them because, you know, you guys were not there. And really, this is a situation between Memphis and K. Michelle. Now, like I said before, I understand that Toya wants to, you know, support her husband, but I feel like she should have just come out and said that I'm supportive of him. You know, things have happened in the past. He's a changed man, blah, 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 blah. Toya was on the radio a while ago saying something about K. Michelle being delusional and that she's schizophrenic and that she doesn't have custody of her son. And, you know, K. Michelle swung back and basically it was like, you know, I might not be crazy enough to have custody of my son, but I am crazy enough to slap a bitch on sight. So that was a direct threat to Toya, letting her know that, you know, if K. Michelle catches her out there in them streets, the shit is gonna go down. And I really do believe that K. Michelle has it in her. Because you know why? Because this Memphis. Is Memphis a gang? Okay, because I'm like, okay, you know, this ain't Crip, this ain't Blood Food, this Memphis fool neck. What you want to do, Memphis? This is where I think that K. Michelle is self-defeating. Because, you know, she doesn't seem to have the ability to have too much self-control, and that she can kind of just feed into the negativity. I know that it's got to be frustrating for her, like I said, you know, for people to not believe her and you know, be talking out against her and everything like that. But at some point you have really just got to be like, listen, I done said what I said. If he got a problem with it, let's talk about it in the courts and we'll see what happens then. You know, Rashida even said in her tweet last night that, you know, she doesn't know anybody that has anything good to say about her in the industry and that she has a bad reputation. That's all you hear. That's all you hear in the blogs, on the show, whenever her name comes up, that she's crazy, that she's a loose cannon, that she's this, that she's that. You know, she even plays into it also. And I think that she wants to be known as a singer, not as this person that's wrapped in drama about whether or not somebody beat her ass or not. People are going to start losing sight of that. Like Ashley said on her video, it's just like, you a singer, right? We want to see you sing. Enough of this bullshit. Half of us, I'm going to say more than half of us, most of us believe that it happened, and I would like to see her move on. In Stevie J, Mimi, and Joseline news, they were all out in Los Angeles doing some publicity for the show or whatever. Because if you guys follow them, they are really just traveling all over the United States, just doing appearances at clubs and making whatever that money they make for each appearance. So I ain't mad at them. While Joseline was there, you know, Stevie J and Joseline, they did all of their photo ops, they did all of their publicity together, they were at the clubs together, you know, they booed up, you know, they in love, and her ring, you know, they used to be the damn pinky ring. They a couple. Joseline came back to Atlanta, and while she came back to Atlanta, Mimi stayed there with Stevie J, and then they were the couple. I guess TMZ caught up with them when they were coming out of a restaurant or a club or somewhere, and you know, TMZ, you know how they always try to bait you into saying some shit, and they start talking to Stevie J about his women, and he was just like, he got two bitches. Mimi, who's standing right there next to him, she gets mad and she socks him in the chest, and I'm just like, you guys, you see there? Now we look where we at. All of this drama, he's still with both of them. Okay, he is gonna be able to keep a hold of both of them. Those of y'all who keep on trying to defend Mimi to me, talking about she's a strong person, all that, man, later for that bullshit. And then lastly, you guys, guess who then went and got engaged? Scrappy and Erica. Yes, you guys, after all of the drama that they've been through with the damn child support and Bucky in her hair and everything, it looks like Scrappy and Erica have worked out their differences from last week, and that they are now working on getting married. You guys, they're engaged. She got a ring and everything. They just had a photo shoot. I saw it on straightfromtheA.com. You guys can go on there and check it. But yeah, they are getting married. How do you guys feel about that? And I guess the bigger question is, how do Bucky and her hair feel about that? Speaking of couples that didn't work that thing on out, it looks like Nene and Greg are trying to get their marriage back on track. They're saying that in the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, that Greg and Nene's storyline will be based on them trying to work out their marriage. I guess it wasn't as easy as we all thought it would be for Nene to walk away from Greg. That's a long time that they were married, and I'm ain't no shade here. I'm really glad. I'm hoping that it works out for them. I've turned out to like Nene in this hiatus. I don't know what didn't happen, but I really wanted to work out for her. You know, it's good that she's got her new show, and you know, hopefully the drama, all that bullshit that they had going on the show will be done, you know, and we can focus on her trying to work out this marriage. Now, they've been traveling a lot together, and they've been doing a lot of things together on the off season. Pictures of them have come up, of them on the beach and at the Essence Festival and a bunch of other things. So yeah, good luck to them. I hope it works out. American Idol is pulling out all the stops because of their ratings that have dropped. You know, they have to compete against shows like The Voice and The X Factor, and you know, their star power has kind of dwindled because they were like the originator. So you know, they're like the beginning, and you know, a lot of changes always happens. I don't really see the difference between The X Factor and American Idol. I haven't watched either one of them in a long time, and I haven't watched American Idol, I'm telling you, in years. But supposedly they're trying to get Diddy on board, and I think that would be a good addition to the show, because what is Diddy doing? You know, I mean, not that he really needs to do anything, because he still has his clothing line. He still has the Ciroc vodka, which is really off the chain, doing well. I mean, everywhere you go, it's Ciroc this, Ciroc that. But as far as music is concerned, he's not really doing too much anything right now. So yeah, this will be a good look for him, I think. I don't know what kind of money they're going to have to pay Diddy for this gig, though, because, you know, he do require a lot. So we'll see what happens. It is going to be interesting, though, to have two divas on the show, Mariah and Diddy. Yeah. Guys, Chile was on that show last year or 2 years ago, and we sat and watched that child painstakingly map out exactly the type of man that she wanted. He had to be this, he had to do that, he couldn't do this, he couldn't drink that, he couldn't eat this. I mean, it was just, every time you looked around, she had all these requirements for a man that she, you know, supposedly was not willing to bend on. But do any of you guys remember if any of those requirements was for her to be a side chick? Now, y'all know that Floyd Money Mayweather got out of jail the other day, just last week. He got out of jail, and you know, 50 was there waiting with open arms, and his fiance was there waiting with open arms, and looks like Chile was there waiting with open arms as well. Boy, that Mayweather is an awfully wanted man, ain't he? What he got in them pants? They're saying that even though Mayweather is engaged to his fiance, that he made sure that he flew Chile into Las Vegas, that he put her up in the presidential suite at Mandalay Bay, and he had 3 dozen pink roses and a diamond bracelet waiting for her. My question to you guys is this: is it okay that even though we knew that them two tried at a relationship and that it didn't work, is it okay that she remains a friend of his? It's such a great friendship to me anyway, because you know, the man is engaged, you know, so he does have a significant other, and him and Chile just continue to kind of dance this little tap dance around whatever the hell is going on with the two of them. So you guys let me know if you guys think that Chile is bending on her requirements. He seems to be somebody that is the exact opposite of what she wanted. Is she compromising what she wants? Is she just taking advantage of being the kept woman? Or are they really just friends? After Miss Katherine got home and got settled in her recliner and turned on her heater and put on her favorite little blanket on her lap and watched television, she got to thinking to herself, You know, when she went out with Janet that one day on a Tuesday a couple of weeks ago, she thought that she was going on an RV ride that was going to trail her boys that were on that Jackson concert tour across the United States. That's what she thought. When they got to the car and they drove her instead to the airport, she still didn't really think nothing of it. She just felt like maybe she was flying to the next location and not necessarily driving. She gets on the plane, you guys, and she's not flown to the next location of the concert, but instead she's flown to Arizona. She's taken to a place and put in a room. They take away her cell phone and they put her in a room with a radio and a damn television that doesn't work. Right when she was about to take her sip of Ensure, she was like, you know what, them motherfuckers did kidnap me. So you guys, the kids was right. She was kidnapped. She did not know where she was going. Her kids did not tell her. They were not truthful. So technically she was kidnapped, like Prince, Paris, and Blanket had been saying. Now the rumor was that she was going to be suing some folks, but you know, Katherine was like, no, I'm not going to sue my babies. You know, we just going to put this whole thing behind us. I'm not going to be suing nobody. But you can damn well believe that it's going to be a cold day in hell before I take a ride to McDonald's with Rebbie, Janet, Randy, or Jermaine. Drake is extremely fanatical about Aaliyah to the point where it is odd. It's just strange to me that he's so obsessed with her to where he starts getting tattoos of her face and her birth date or whatever it was, the numbers, whatever those signify. And I really don't understand the obsession, but outsiders rarely do understand obsessions. Now, I really do like Aaliyah. I like her as much as the next person. But really, I think that I don't really want to hear a new Aaliyah album. At least I don't want to hear it with Drake. You know, the one that they released of his song with her is very Drake-ish. You know what we all expect from Aaliyah's music. We expect it to have a Timbaland beat and a Missy beat, you know, and I think that is just a travesty that Drake is going to be executive producing this album and, you know, they're not involved. Now, the strange thing about it is, why aren't they involved? Why hasn't the parents of Aaliyah okayed it for them to do? That kind of makes you feel like maybe there's something else going on behind the scenes there, because Aaliyah was so close to Missy and Timbaland that it just made sense that they would be involved in a project like this. Now it's been 10 years or whatever, and y'all don't hold me to that number, because when I said Michael Jackson had been dead since 2010 and y'all kept on telling me it was 2009 and 2010, I mean, come on, y'all, work with me here. However long she's been dead now, maybe we just kind of need to just let it be. Drake, he's a good enough rapper or whatever, but a whole album of, y'all already know she kind of has that lilting, kind of not whiny, but that soft kind of, y'all don't want me to get on my Aaliyah right now. I only have my bang to work it out for y'all. The two of them on a whole album, if it just all sounds like Drake, is gonna be just like no. And then it looks like the family is even at odds between it, because the brother came out right when Drake released that song and said the family is definitely not behind this project, not at all. A couple of days later, the uncle came out and said, oh, the family is definitely behind this project and the mother wants it to happen. So looks like they got some stuff going on behind the scenes. But yeah, it looks like if the mom has anything to say about it, which I would imagine that the parents are going to be the final say-so on this, that Drake will be the executive producer. Let's hope he does the album right. Big story on BET a few months ago was that Melanie and Derwin were not going to be returning to the show The Game. If you watched last season, which I didn't, you know that Melanie returned to Washington, D.C. to practice medicine, and that Derwin did not want to go, but he went on. That's how the show kind of went off. And then BET came out shortly afterwards and said that they had written him off the show and that they were going to go in a whole new direction with a new couple with new issues. Now, when I look back on this whole situation, the shit sounds kind of shady to me, because, you know, the way it was written on the show, that she definitely was going, that she wanted to go, and that Derwin didn't want to go, it seems like to me that they was setting it up all along that Derwin probably was going to come back. Did y'all get rid of Tia? Which one is it? Tia, Tamara? Whichever one it is. Did y'all get one of them Maury girls because she's highly paid? Why would you guys get rid of your biggest... That's the draw of the show. Melanie and Derwin. Like, who's gonna be watching Tasha Mack and Pookie or whoever she's seeing? And I didn't really watch the last season, but I did watch the last couple of episodes, and I was just looking at it. I was so confused of what was going on. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird to me that Derwin is now coming back. I don't even think I said that, y'all. But yeah, Derwin is coming back to the show, and Melanie is not coming back. I guess they're going to take Derwin in a whole nother direction. And I'm supposing what, they're going to write a divorce or something? I don't know what it is, but like I said, something sounds fishy. Dwight Howard got his wishes and he's off to the West Coast, which is the best coast. West Side, fool! He's off to the LA Lakers, you guys, and I am so excited about that because we really needed to get rid of Bynum. I have been saying for the last couple of years that we needed to get rid of Bynum, and for some reason that front office loved them some damn Bynum. I felt like he was a good player, but to me he seemed like he was unreliable. You know, he would do really, really well, and then he would just suck. It just was no consistency to me. So I'm glad that Bynum is gone. He's off to Philadelphia somewhere. So yeah, you guys, we're going to see. We're going to have us a game next season. Sonia Richards-Ross, who is the very beautiful Olympic track star with the long flowing tresses. I'm not going to say weave because I know how some of y'all feel when I get to assuming that somebody got a weave. But she has her own reality show, you guys. The executive producers who produced Tia and Tamara's show on Style Network, I think the name of the company is Good Clean Fun. They are also going to be producing her show. It'll be around her family. She's married to an NFL ball player, I believe, and they have 2 kids together, 2 little boys. And so, yeah, it's going to be a positive show, you know, something that we need more of, obviously. So it'll be exciting to see. I can't wait to see it. I've become interested in her since I've seen her running with that long, beautiful, gorgeous hair, you guys. I just want to sit there and look at it and try to figure out what the texture is. Y'all stop being so sensitive. It's a weed. New couple alert, you guys. Toya Luckett, who was formerly of the Destiny's Child fame, she is supposedly in a relationship with a basketball player, Kevin Durant. I think they make a cute couple, don't you guys? I know that she's a little bit older than he is, but hey, I'm all for new, fresh love. And lastly, you guys, football player Terrell Owens has snagged a 1-year contract with Seattle Seahawks for $1 million, and he will be playing in the upcoming season. I believe he's about 37 years old, I think I read. And y'all don't give me the line about no damn football, because I'm telling you, I don't know nothing. I don't know damn nothing about no damn football. But 37 kind of seems old. Or is that not true? I know for a fact that his knees ain't what they used to be, even though he is in beautiful shape when you look at him. But I'm just wondering how his knees are going to perform out there on the field. You guys, those of you who are football experts, you guys, you know, feel free to weigh in. I hope the man don't get hurt out there with them knees, because, you know, we need to be able to walk. But then again, he does have a very large child support bill, back pay that he has to take care of. So, you know, maybe he's trying to work the balance down. Even though Oprah deemed Rihanna as refreshing in the interview that she recently did of her for her television show on her own network, Nivea was like, you know what, if you call refreshing drunk and high all the goddamn time, then that's what it is then, okay? But we cool, so they dropped her. Let me get this right. Jeezy is now the senior vice president of A&R at Atlantic Records. So what exactly does that mean? Amber Rose, who is engaged to rapper Wiz Khalifa, has been rumored that she's pregnant. You know, she's been going around town with loose-fitting clothes, and she hasn't been dyeing her hair her signature platinum blonde. Wiz finally came out and denied the rumors and said that she's not pregnant right now. However, she will be pregnant in the future for them. So I guess that's it. Those of you guys who wanted to know what a shaved blonde grasshopper looked like, you just gonna have to wait. Sierra got a new album coming out at Thanksgiving. Oh, you didn't care either? Oh, okay. If you want to see how you can get worms, there is a sex tape being shopped around of O.J. Simpson and his girlfriend. Neo was in a strip club the other night and dropped $5,000 on Drake's ex-boo, Malia. What I say about hoes? Winning. Alright, you guys, that's it. We do this every week, so you guys make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.